Hey guys, Jarrie here with Team Kiss and Makeup. I wanted to go over a few things if you are a brand new distributor. So first of all, I wanted to say how happy I am that you've decided to join Team Kiss and Makeup, and I can't wait to help you get started and to see you succeed in this business. And I am here to help you any way that I can. I want you to be successful, and I want you to love SeneGence as much as I do. So hopefully the things that we talk about today will kind of help you get started, but you want to remember when you first start, it can seem super overwhelming because all of these things are kind of thrown at you. But I want you to take a deep breath and just kind of go through the list as I'm giving you the list to get things set up. Don't stress and have fun, because this is fun, setting up your very own business. So first of all, I have my notes here so I don't forget anything. But after you've paid your $55, you are going to get a big old box that has a bunch of training material in there. And there's a little USB stick that has some training videos. There's a couple of different manuals. But one of the most important ones in there is the Distributor Handbook. So make sure that you go through that, and it gives you all the information, everything that you need to know in order to really get started, included in the incentives and training events and all sorts of nuggets of information. So make sure you go through this Distributor Handbook. Not only that, when you sign up with my team, you get a little pamphlet. I guess it's not a pamphlet, but a little brochure of things that I think are super important to our team in general. And I can go over this with you one-on-one or over the phone, and it'll either be emailed to you or given to you in person. So make sure you read through that. Then what's going to happen is I, or whoever has signed you up, is going to add you to several groups. And these groups are basically for you to be able to go and get training. They're also there to be able to ask questions if you don't know the answer to something and you can't get a hold of me or whoever signed you up. But it would be me if I signed you up. I would put you in my team group. Then it would be in Ashley's group, Kelsey's group, Shaylee's group, and Sadie's group. That is your 5 lines that are going to be crucial to help you grow and develop yourself within the business. So once we've added you into those groups, it might take a couple days for you to get approved. Then we will introduce you and you will be ready to go within those groups. If you have any questions when you're in there, if you're not familiar with how the group works, you can go to the little magnifying glass and you can search a word or whatever you're looking for, and stuff should pop up, and hopefully your question will be answered. Okay, moving on, compliance. Compliance is set up so that we don't get in trouble, so that the company doesn't get in trouble. It's kind of rules that we need to follow in order to not legally do things that we're not supposed to do. So there's just like about 5 different things that I want to go through. The first thing is when you are picking out a business name, you want to make sure that it does not have the word SeneGence or LipSense in it. And the reason for that is those words are trademarked, and we can get in trouble for using trademarked names or images. So for instance, my name is Kiss and Makeup with Jarrie, and you can put at the end of that LipSense Distributor with SeneGence, but that's not your business name. So make sure that your business name does not have LipSense or SeneGence in it. Next of all, you can only sell within your country. You cannot sell into Canada, you can't sell into Mexico. Only the people that reside there can sell in that country. So you want to remember that. However, you can still sponsor people that are not in your country, and then you can make a commission off of them. So I could sponsor my friend in Canada and still make commission off that. I just can't sell to anybody in Canada. That also goes along with trading. Trading is basically if you haven't if you need an item that you don't have, some of us SeneGence girls will trade with one another so we can get that item that we need. And you cannot do that across borders either. So you can't trade with somebody in Canada. It has to be in the country that you live. You cannot sell anything at a higher price than the retail price that is listed. So if you have an eyeshadow, which is $22, which is the retail price, you can't sell it for $24. You can only go as high as $22. And you may not discount anything more than 15%. 15% off. So you want to always remember that. Don't discount more than 50% off, but there are ways that you can be creative in discounting items or doing a gift with purchase or things like that in order to kind of increase your sales. You cannot sell on any other retail site other than your Sena site if you choose to set one of those up. So you can't sell on eBay, you can't sell on Amazon. And one thing you really want to be certain if you set up a blog or a website is that you don't have a shopping cart connected to that website. You cannot sell from that website. The only site that you can sell from is a Sena site, which you are, if you choose to, able to kind of hook up to your account through SeneGence. So you want to remember that no shopping carts unless it is a Sena site. You can only have one account per family unless it's a child, and that child has to be 18 or older. So you can't sign up and then have your husband sign up. You can't do that. All right, so I talked about a Sena site a little bit earlier, and what that is basically SeneGence will take whatever orders you get online. You can send somebody your website, your Sena site website, and say, okay, these are the colors I have available. And for 7.5%, SeneGence will ship that color out for you. So whatever you pay for that color plus the 7.5% on top of that, they will ship it out for you. So you don't have to deal with having that inventory. Now, the Sena site is not free. It's actually $30 a month, and so it can get kind of expensive, and not a lot of people have Sena sites. So I don't have a Sena site yet. I have inventory, and I ship it out myself. But if you are a mom who is super busy, well, I'm super busy, but let's say, for instance, you work a 40-hour job, but you're really working 70 hours, but you still want to do this on the side, it might be a really good idea to set up that Sena site so you don't have to worry about packaging orders. They do that for you. So if you have your CDO turned on, CDO, that's what that is. They will ship everything for you. You can have a Sena site but have your CDO turned off. And what that means is you can collect orders online, however, you're in charge of shipping them, okay? So that's kind of a little bit about a Sena site. I don't know a whole lot about Sena sites yet because I don't have one. But if you have any questions about possibly setting one up, let me know and we can find out more information about it. Okay, now to this kind of the exciting part is where you kind of get to put your what you love out into the world, and that is setting up your Facebook group. I chose to start with a Facebook group first over a Facebook page because people actually have to search you out on a page and to find your page, where a group you can add people or ask people if they can be added, and they will see everything that you post on a page. Sometimes people will see it, sometimes they won't. So I think it's good to have that group at first. I had it just as a group, and now I call it my VIP group for the customers that want to be in there. So you get to name that group. It's your baby. You can add whatever graphics you want, run your sales, have a little parties in there, do whatever you want to make it unique to your personality. A page, which is different than a group, like I said, is people will have to look and find you, or you can invite people to it, but whenever you post things, it doesn't always mean that people are going to see what you've posted. Sometimes you will need to pay in order to boost those sales. boost those, not just a sale, but your post to be seen. So start with a private group, set the group setting to private, and I will help you get everything loaded up there in order to have a group that looks, good, that, it just doesn't have anything in it. You don't want to invite a bunch of people and have it be a blank space. So we will get it all set up, and then you will do a launch, basically, to launch your group, launch your business, and that's when you invite everybody to your group and you sell your product. And that will also change from your group from being private to being public. And this is where kind of the magic happens, where people get to see all the things that you love and you get to show your excitement about your products. Okay, next of all, you need to set up a payment option. I have chosen to go with PayPal. I've used PayPal in other businesses before, and so it was just the most comfortable for me and easiest to use. I like it because you can send an invoice from PayPal. There's also one of those swiper readers that they can send you in order for you to be able to take cards at parties. And you can do a profit and loss sheet and all sorts of stuff. So I really like PayPal. There's also Square and Venmo. And Venmo is kind of nice and easy because you can just say, send me money. I feel like it's a little harder to keep track of what is what on Venmo, but I have used it on occasion when people just want to Venmo me money. Square, I haven't used it, so I'm not super familiar with it, but I know a lot of people love it. I believe your first $1,000 of purchases are free. You might look that up online to see if that's still running, because otherwise they're going to charge you a fee every time a transaction goes through, which PayPal does from the get-go. So Square might be your option. On to shipping. Now, if you have a site with CDO turned on, they are going to ship that for you, but you are going to pay 7.5% on top of the price of the product. So that can be expensive. I choose to order mailers from Amazon. I have 2 sizes, and these, you can get a bunch for fairly inexpensive, and I mail everything myself. I charge $4 to mail, which includes the price of the postage plus my products. So, not my products, but my mailers and all of the goodies that I stuff in there. I'm going to show you that too in just a minute. This is another fun thing. You can customize how you want to send out your orders. Now, when I first started, I used a little organza bag. I just put everything in there with my business card, called it good, and sent that out. That was great. Then I switched to a cellophane bag with lips all over them and put my business card in there and a little thing on how to apply LipSense, which was great too. And now I've kind of branded myself a little bit more, and so I switched to these little cellophane bags, which are super cute, Amazon. And I'll show you what we have in there. So first of all, I have my business card. I got these off of Vistaprint. I had my friend make a logo for me that I really liked, and I had it put on there. And then I designed these myself. So this is, you can see, a little commercial for joining my team. On the back is a postcard that I usually write a little note thanking them for their purchase. I can put a coupon code on there or whatever. And whoops, this one doesn't have everything in it, but this one does. And then on here, you can kind of see tips and tricks and instructions on the other side of the card. And then I put their kit in there. So that's what I do for a new kit when you buy a kit. So you can customize those however you want. It's kind of fun. All right, you do have to charge tax. And I had to look up through my county. Every state is going to be different. You have to look up through your county and see what percentage of tax you need to charge, and make sure you charge that with every order. Sometimes you need to charge tax after shipping, or sometimes you can charge shipping before tax. No, you can charge tax before shipping. So you need to check and see what your state requires. In Colorado, where I live, you add in shipping and then you do tax on the total amount. All right, moving on to an RMA. What is an RMA? An RMA is a return. Now, all of SeneGence products are 100% guaranteed. So as a distributor, it is our job to make sure that our customers are 100% happy. And if they don't like something for any reason, it is our job to return it and either give them their money back or exchange it for something that they do like. So we want to make sure that we stand behind that 100% guarantee. So when you RMA something, you are going to get that product, either give them their money back or give them the product that they like, and you're going to send the product that they did not like back to SeneGence. And SeneGence will either replace that product or they will give you Cenebucks for the amount that it costs you, and you'll be able to pick out a new color. And that will just be uploaded into your account. What I like to do is I'll collect like 20 RMA orders and send them all at once. So that way I'm not paying postage for one thing here, one thing there. That's why it's nice to have stock on hand, so that if they don't like something, I can just switch it out right then and there. In 7 months, I've only had a handful of returns, so usually people are pretty darn happy with their LipSense or their products. Now moving on, there's just a few more things that I want to cover. Next of all is your PV. PV means half of the retail price of what we would spend. So whenever you place an order for your stock, you always want to order at a certain discount level. And the reason for that is because it's going to save you a ton of money. And if you want me to show you the breakdown of that, I'd be happy to send you a graphic that shows spending 40% is going to save you a lot more than spending only 20%, spending the price that would only get you a 20% discount. So it's broken down like this. 1 to 99 PV is a 20% discount. No matter what, you're always going to get a 20% discount. Those are what kind of attracts the wholesale customer. You always get 20%. But if you can spend more than 100 PV to 299 PV, you're going to get 30% off. Following that, 300 PV to 749 PV is 40% off. And lastly, anything 750 PV and above is always 50% off. So that's what I try to do, is hit that 750 PV. So the rest of the month, I'm only spending 50% off on everything. Now this is something that I didn't realize when I first signed up, is that PV, it resets every single month. So let's say I bought, I spent 800 PV in product one month, and it's the end of August, and September 1st is tomorrow. That 50% discount that I had is going to reset. So September 1st, I need to spend at least 40% off, so at least 300 PV in order to get a good discount at the beginning of the month. And I like to do that at the beginning so that I can get that discount the whole rest of the month. And so what I also said is, so I never place an order for less than 300 PV at the beginning of the month. I always strive for 750 PV, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So I always want 40% off. And then you get that for the rest of the month. That's why that 750 PV is great, because I want 50% off for the rest of the month. Then I can just make little orders and it's 50% off instead of a huge big order. So how do you make money? That's what we want to know. There's a couple of ways that you can make money. Whatever you sell, you are going to make the difference of, well, let's say that I bought everything at 50% off. If I sell a LipSense color for $25, I'm going to make $12.50 off of that LipSense color. pretty easy. That's 50%. You will be subtracting at the end of the year, your shipping and your tax and all that stuff at the end. But you made $12.50 off of that. Now what you can do is take that $12.50 as those accumulate over the month and reinvest them the next month so that you can start growing your stock. I did that for several months, and now I have a great stock and I don't have to reinvest it. That what would you call it? That money that I made is now just money in the bank. It's not reinvestment. And I've reinvested in different things like trainings and packaging or my lighting or things like that for my videos. So the second way, and the way to do that is to have Facebook parties, do vendor events. You can go to salons and boutiques and see if they would like to sign up, or have a like a fun ladies' night at their salon. That is totally fun. You start with your circle of friends and you start to spread out as you go through those friends. Second of all, and the most beneficial way for you to make money is to build a team. I will tell you, when I first started SeneGence, I hadn't planned on actually selling LipSense. I hadn't planned on building a team, that's for sure, until one of my friends called and said, I think I want to sell this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I just started. I don't even know what I'm doing. And she signed up and she went crazy. And then I started to see, holy smokes, if she can do that, I can do that. And then I got my first commission check and I was blown away with the amount of money that came in from helping my team, managing my team, and helping the girls succeed. So I always tell, when you sign up, that's what you want to do. You want to sign up your friends, you want to sign up your family, you want to help them get that discount. Having a customer is great, but having a team is going to bring you way more money than just having a customer would. So I want you to always remember that. Don't be afraid to lose the customer to have a teammate. Once you start building that team, though, it is your responsibility to train your team. That's what your job is. You want to help them succeed. Now, one way that you can start building that team is at every party or every sale, you can offer your customers the SeneGence choice. And what is the SeneGence choice? It's basically saying, hey, I see that you love the product. Why don't you just sign up and get the discount? That way you can always get at least 20% off. Simple as that. You don't have to make it into a huge long sermon about how wonderful, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they just want to be a wholesale customer. That's kind of how I signed up, and then now here I am. But a lot of those wholesale customers will turn into actual distributors, and 20% off is great. Next, I have two more things. Trading. We don't trade as much anymore because stock is starting to come back. We were without stock for a long time, and so we were having to trade all the time. But you cannot sell any of your product to another distributor. You can only trade PV for PV. So if something is $12.50 PV, you can only trade it for $12.50 PV, or you have to match it in some way. Remember that. You can't sell to another distributor. That is against compliance. It's a big no-no. And lastly, when you are on our team, in our team group, one thing that I have loved about the girls in my group is they are super positive and they push one another and motivate one another. And I don't like negativity. It brings me down and it brings the team down. And so something that I have tried to generate from the beginning is that camaraderie and having a positive outlook, even when you're having a tough time. So one thing that I really started when I first started with the team is to have an accountability partner. Somebody that you can talk to if things get tough, because we're all going to have those days where things just really stink and you need somebody to talk to. You don't want to complain on the team page, but you do, if you have something that's really bothering you, talk to your accountability partner or your upline. You never complain down, you always complain up. So hopefully you don't have to complain at all, but sometimes you just have to vent. So make sure that you do that through messages, not on the team page, because we don't want to bring other teammates down. We come from an awesome lineage. The girls that are above us are top in the company. You guys should be so proud to be a part of this team. And like I said, if you're frustrated with something, message me, message your accountability partner, set some goals, and let's get you rolling. I'm so excited to have you. So like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I think I covered just about everything that I wanted to, and I look forward to seeing you grow and succeed. So have a wonderful day. Bye.